Hello and welcome back to this lovely day here at the Annisville playing field. Beautiful sunshine beating down as Barbados versus Trinidad and Tobago are about to kickstart the second game here today. Later on, we do have Windward Islands versus Jamaica to come. So the news at the toss is Barbados, they won the toss and decided that fielding first is the best option on this surface. Just the teams for you today. Trishan Holder, captain, Kaishona Knight, Kaisia Knight, Asabi Calendar, Shanika Bruce, Alison Gordon, Tiani Herbert Mayers, Shamilia Connell, Nijani Cumberbatch, Kelia Elliott, and Alyssa Scantleberry to round out the Barbados 11. And for Trinidad and Tobago, you have Anissa Mohammed, captain, Sunil Sau, Amrita Ramtahal, Brittany Cooper, Kanisha Isaac, Janaba Joseph, Corbina Alexander, Leon Kirby, Rachel Vincent, Samara Ramnath, and Steffi Sugrim. So, have two batters there for Trinidad and Tobago. Janaba Joseph at the non-strikers end, and Rachel Vincent about to take first knock up to Shamilia Connell with the ball in hand. Umpire Maria Abbott says play, and we are about to proceed in the second game here today. I welcome Kesrick. Good afternoon, Kesrick.
Good afternoon to you, Stacey. The sun is out, and this would make me feel more energized to be here because we're seeing new uniforms. So it feels new, it feels like it's our first game, but who is just coming in? This is our second game for the day. Yes, me and Stacey have been here all day.
Shot pulled powerfully to start from Rachel Vincent. That's surely not a line or length that you want to be bowling.
Well, we saw a bit of shorter deliveries bowled earlier today, and none was punished. But Vincent showing that she's ready. She's ready for the shorter deliveries. Short from Connell, pull for 4. Off with a bang is Trinidad.
Yeah, certainly so. Start off with a boundary that must feel good for Rachel Vincent. Powerfully built young lady, Rachel Vincent. A better line and length there, cleaning things up there on that occasion, Shamilia Connell.
She will need to put some really good performances in, Stacey, because, well, left out of the squad, that was in the qualifiers. So some good work here, knowing that the World Cup is around the corner.
Nicely punched out to the offside to get off strike. And Janaba Joseph now about to face up for her first delivery. And rightly said so, Kedrick. Found herself out of favor as of late with West Indies, so some good performances, you never know. Get her back in favor. So needs to start well with the ball. Business now for Barbados. Want to give them a good start with the ball in hand. It's flashing outside the off stump on that occasion. Janaba Joseph missing it. On the back foot, and she gets off the mark, Janaba Joseph. So not a bad over to start for Trinidad and Tobago. They are up and running. They are 6 without loss after the first over.
Not a bad start for Barbados. Good first over from Connell. As I mentioned, she will need to do something special in this tournament to get back into the eyes of the selectors of the West Indies female code selectors, sorry. She wasn't in that team going to the World Cup qualifiers. In Pakistan, that is. So some good overs here. A good tournament for her will definitely put her back into the realm of things.
It's a new bowler now, Alison Gordon. She'll operate quite differently compared to Connell, who hits the deck harder. She'll look to pitch it up to these batters. So Gordon now with her first. Right away, she pitches it up, gets some movement as well, away from the right-handed batter.
Second bowler we see bowling from this end with the new ball. That looks to seam the ball away from the right-handers. I'm just wondering if it's a thing, Stacey, with the females with their wrist position. Just wondering if that's the reason why they can get the ball to seam away so easily. Because it's a second bowler now we're seeing for the day.
It's working this one. So far, the running has been good from Trinidad and Tobago. Even then, the ball went past the keeper and you saw Janaba Joseph just looking to see if another run was on offer. It's a good sign so far from a Trinidad and Tobago perspective. This one, just some width, but there's protection there. So there'll just be a single for Vincent. And if you're comparing this game with the one so far, yes, just 9 deliveries in, but you're already seeing more intent in terms of the running between the wickets. So this is good so far.
And I think from looking at it, Stacey, also, you speak about intent. And this is not what you want so early. Speaking of intent, the Barbados team intent is to get early wickets. Not what the Trinidad and Tobago team needs. Early wicket here for Gordon. First blow for the Trinidad and Tobago team. She has to go, Joseph.
Yeah, and a similar pattern of dismissal from a number of the batters in that first innings from the Leeward Islands. A delivery on the line of off stump, and the batter was looking to take to the leg side, but she had to do a lot to get over the tall figure of Shamilia Connell, who took a simple catch in the end. So Janaba goes back, perishing, looking for boundary there on that occasion. It's Brittany Cooper is the new batter. Yeah, a good start from Gordon, just keeping it up to the batter, not dropping short with the pace that she has. She won't want to bowl any short delivery, so it's good that she's keeping it full. And any sort of movement and offer as well, she's extracting that. It's a good start from Alison Gordon.
So a really good start here from Barbados. Picking up early wickets. It's always important as a bowling unit when you can take wickets in the power play.
This one is dragged down, kept a bit low as well. Not able to get sufficient bat onto it. And she gets off the mark though, Brittany Cooper. To end the over, Trinidad and Tobago, they are 9 for 1 after 2.
So Trinidad have some work to do. You don't want to lose wickets in the power play. Especially if you lose 2 or more. You always find yourself behind the 8 ball as a batting unit when you lose so much wickets in the power play. This Barbados team is full with a bit of experience because the West Indies skipper who is not in this tournament because she's on rest, would share a lot of information with this team. Knight, who is a wicketkeeper, West Indies player. Connell played a few games for West Indies. Also, Brittany Cooper, who's playing for Trinidad. So there's a lot of experience in this game. Anissa Mohammed is the skipper for Trinidad, is in this game as well.
I must also note, though, mention the experience. I'll continue after this delivery. And mention the experience and show in this game, in this Barbados team. But it's really good to see the forward thinking from Barbados, future-proofing a possible leader in Trishan Holder. The young lady, she has the opportunity to lead her squad in the absence of, as you mentioned, Hayley Matthews, and then Alia Alin, who would have been the standing captain. It's good to see Trishan Holder, that one just getting through there on that occasion, almost hitting the helmet as well. Would have been bonus runs.
Can't tell when last I've seen that, Stacey. When last have you seen it?
I've seen it. I can't remember when. Sometime this year, though. But I've seen it happen, and the team was awarded, of course, their bonus runs.
It's one of those rules that I don't like, isn't it? But it's rule at the end of the day. Shorter delivery. It should have been caught. Easy catch. It should have been. Skipper is probably boiling inside. A shorter delivery from Connell to Vincent. Couldn't really control it. Pull it straight to the fielder at mid-on.
Yeah, she was never in control, really. She was on the move, trying to take the catch. Wasn't settled. So the line, the head, the eyes, probably not in control there, Calendar. And the result is a drop catch. She wasn't settled at all in trying to take that catch. So Shamilia Connell unlucky in that over. It's a good line. It was a shorter delivery, but the line, again, we mentioned today what we saw with, bowling on the off stump. And Vincent looking to just take this one to the leg side, offering up what should have been a catch to Calendar, but she spilled it.
Asabi Calendar, that is. Should have taken that catch. The thing about it, Stacey, when you have a team like this in this position, you're bowling well, and your fielders are dropping easy catches like this, it puts you in a position as a skipper. You want to bowl inside, but you have to understand that we're all human and we would make mistakes. Nobody walks out on the field to drop catches, but you want to take these catches. You want to break the back of the Trinidad and Tobago team. That would have definitely put another nail into the coffin.
Yeah, and you look at the reaction of the players. Yes, they're disappointed, but they're still running around. They're getting around the players. They know, obviously, as you said, human error, these things can happen. But no one is pointing fingers, so that's still good, It's Shamilia Connell, who should be the most upset. She's there, she's walking around, she's still fired up. So 10 for 1 after 3 overs, Trinidad and Tobago. My co-commentator, Ken Roy Martin, said he's pointing fingers.
Well, 3 overs gone now. So this is definitely good returns here for Holder. And our players need to finish the power play well. No sort of pace or so behind Gordon, but her line and length is good.
Yeah, so far, Brittany Cooper is playing her with a straight bat. And she's playing her well. It's extremely slow, as you mentioned, and it's also moving away from her. The trajectory of the ball is being taken away from her, so she has to be very careful in terms of the line that she gets her bat down to.
Must say, it's better field setting in this game. And Gordon is bowling to her field. So this is good. This is good work here from Barbados. The only thing that I would do different here is bring up that square leg, because there's no way Gordon is going to bowl a bumper with the pace that she has.
Well, I was just about to say the reason for that fielder there is for the over-pitch delivery, perhaps on the pads, or maybe if she errs and bowls a shorter one, so you have protection there. So there you go, right away, that fielder getting into play.
Probably would have asked probably for a mid-wicket, that square leg up, because you'll never really get it to hit behind square. It will always go in front because of the lack of pace. And she has been predominantly bowling that line on the line of the fourth stump, third stump area. She has been consistent.
Yeah, and that's the key term, consistency from Alison Gordon. And just, they want her to continue there. If she can continue to keep it there, then I would say, yes, you bring that fielder in and you create a bit more pressure. But so far, they want to have protection, want to ensure that any sort of errant delivery is saved in terms of boundary scoring. So quick single that time. Yeah, really good single there from Brittany Cooper. Hit it to the right of Kaishona Knight, who had to run around to get it. It's a good judgment on her part.
Good straight back from Brittany, though, I must say. Even though Gordon have a lack of pace, she's playing out with a straight back down the ground, trying to get in, because we know if she gets in what she can do. That one just punch out to the sweet boundary. Just a single, though. Chugging along nice, and I must say, good over. Another good over again from Gordon. No sort of pace or so. But in terms of the area and consistency in line and length, you must give her a clap for it.
Yeah, certainly. And that's the thing. When you're bowling with that sort of pace, the skipper doesn't expect you to run in and throw batters on the ground. She wants you to bowl in a consistent area that deters the scoring of the batters. And so far, Alison Gordon has provided that for her. Connell bowled well also from the other end. And there's a change of bowling now. Shanika Bruce, similar to what you'll see Alison Gordon does, just looks to pitch it up and get that movement into the batters. Also gets it to go away, but predominantly looks to tail it in. Shanika Bruce.
Skipper Holder is just making sure that the field is set properly, fielders in the right position. Asking that fielder on the mid wicket corner boundary to come a little bit squarer. Just finding the edge this time, Vincent. No run. But that fielder there, that's a short mid-wicket and square leg. That fielder on the boundary is basically bisecting both. So she's somewhat at a corner region between mid-wicket and square leg. I like the fact that Holder is really taking her time in terms of the field setting. Bruce just asked to remove those white bands off. I'm going to ask a question. Have that ever humbugged you or bugged you in any way, Stacey, when a bowler bowls with white wristbands or armbands?
Yeah, they managed to get a single. A bit of a bubble. So they'll manage to get two there on that occasion. But I've played cricket. I've seen worse distractions. So it's never bothered me, to be honest. Can't even remember a bowler running into me and bowling with sleeves on, but it's something that really wouldn't trouble me, because as I said, I've seen worse distractions. We've been playing cricket with vehicles running up and down, driving up and down behind us, a mix-up. In the end, safe. Cooper and Vincent not communicating well there on that occasion. Sometimes, as I said, there are people standing right directly behind the bowler's arm, so It's something that's never been a deterrent for me in playing cricket. As Bruce continues to Vincent. She's keeping it full, Bruce, right up to the batter.
Not sure if you're seeing a New Yorker specialist here because everything has been full. She can't get the bat under it, is Vincent. So this is good from Bruce. Just 2 runs off the over already. No great deal of pace, but smart. And that is what you want. Someone who is be able to be bowling those deliveries that you can't really score off. Or those single deliveries. I could remember playing cricket in Barbados. And that's where I learned to bowl my single ball. So learning cricket in Barbados is somewhat different because of the amount of cricket that they play there, their structure. Again, full. Can't get under it. It's been scrambling for a single. Gets there. But it's the end of the over. A single to finish. And the score is 18 for 1. So this is good stuff here we're seeing from the Barbados team. Just one more over to finish that power play. Just 18 runs from 5 overs. Garner doing a fine job, and I would definitely expect that she would bowl too. Or at least leave one for the middle. Brittany Cooper is at the crease with Vincent. So they have a job to do. First game that played earlier, just 88 runs or so was scored. Really well bowled. Bowling to her field. Speaking of bowling to her field, someone who did a fine job in his heyday bowling to his field is Kenroy Martin. Good afternoon, how are you?
Good afternoon to you, Keswick. Good afternoon to the viewers of this lovely cricket here in Arnisville, Women's T20. Having a very interesting time here, and things are rather tight for the Trinidadians.
Strain this time on the leg stump. A diving effort out there. Good diving effort, just 2. Safe 2 runs. Really good work there from her.
Yes, some exceptional feeling there by the young lady running across the playing field, running to a
really
right,
good
and an excellent dive, putting in from way across the field. There you go. There's a dive now. Cumberbatch diving and really putting in a big effort. Well done to her. Save the team at these 2 runs. They're 20 for 1. Good delivery there again. Slower delivery. Using your art and your craft, as you just mentioned, Keswick.
What I do like about Garner is the fact that she don't really have that pace to go with. But her lines has been superb. Bowling to her field. Again, straight to point. Straight to the field at point in Elliott. So she's bowling to her field, and this is very important. And this is what you want from your bowlers who's bowling in the power play. Punching that one out to extra cover.
Okay.
No run.
Well, Keswick, if you look at the field setting, is all about the offside. Packed ring there, a sweeper, mid-on, short mid-wicket, and a square leg. Packed offside. Brilliant bowling there by Gordon. Excellent line and length as he described. My word. Look at the shot. It was a short delivery outside the awesome punch. She stood tall and smashed it over cover. 6 runs. What a shot.
Really breaking the shackles here, and I've seen her. I've looked at her early. She's one of those batters that will definitely score off bad deliveries. Not something that you would really get accustomed to when it comes to Gordon. She's usually tight on that line of the off stump. But finishing the power play with a 6, this is good. This is really good for Trinidad. The score is only just 26 for 1. But finishing that power play with a 6 would probably open up the wings for Trinidad a little bit, being able to score a boundary.
Yeah, and we spoke about it, the end of the power play, and really the balls are way above the runs, and we have seen that equation in the last game that we played, the first one that was played, and it has continued here in the second game, basically, 26 for 1. We have completed 6 overs so far, but Barbados would like that. Trinidad and Tobago need to get a little bit more on the board with that amount of deliveries being bowled to them.
Well, Bruce to continue bowling that fuller length. The last over she bowled at least about 3 or so Yorkers in that over. So she's operating on a fuller length and working on that line of the off stump as well. 4 fielders on the boundary. Brittany just bending her back leg a little bit to try to open up that offside. So there's a sweeper on the boundary, third man, long on, and deep mid-wicket. Sort of cow corner region, I would say. More of a cow corner than a mid-wicket.
Indeed. Countryside. He's in the countryside.
I could remember when they started to use that cow corner, Martin. Everybody used to wonder, where did they get it from? How did it come about?
Antiquanier.
I want to find out myself.
The age of Antiquanier. Antiquanier made that popular, that shot over mid-wicket. Yeah.
Always going through mid-wicket, between mid-wicket and square leg. They had to find a name for it. Wider this time from Bruce. Getting some back behind it is Brittany, but straight to the field at backward point is Elliott. She have been moving from point to point. So I guess she's the specialist fielder that usually fields that point for the Barbados team. Looks pretty sharp. Really flicked. Badly lined from Bruce this time. Flicked on to the square leg boundary for 4. Brittany Cooper showing her talent. She has time. She's playing with a bit of smarts, showing that she have international stature, and really nicely played down to the square leg boundary for 4.
Yeah, fantastic shot there by Cooper. Really, I was just going to mention, I love the discipline being shown by the Barbadian bowlers, and as I thought of it, she strayed on Brittany Cooper's legs, and she played a fantastic shot through square leg, all along on the ground. Really fine shot that was done. That was played there by Cooper, wonderfully executed.
Again, finishing on the line of the leg stump, just flicking that one down to square leg. Good feeling this time at backward square.
Yeah, some good feeling, some good discipline being exhibited here by the Barbadian players so far in the field. The bowlers have kept their lengths, have not strayed much, 1 or 2 deliveries, but it's really good execution on behalf of the batters. Cooper playing a lovely shot, tickling it off his her legs again for a single. And as we see the field being maneuvered here, differently, we see a different line of operation from Bruce.
Full again. So a dot to finish. Vincent not looking too happy with that delivery. Could have found the gap, that's what she's saying. But it's 32 for 1.
Yeah, Vincent 18 from 23, Cooper 9 from 14. And Joseph, she got 2 from 5. As you see, as we described it, as we talked about it earlier, the balls are more than the runs. This is a problem that has been existing within this tournament. So they need to get that done, get that sorted. And it was put into the playing conditions as well. Teams who execute as well as they are to should not be in this position. 32 for 1, 7 overs completed. You're playing a T20 game, you're looking for a little bit more than that with wickets in hand.
Well, with the bonus point system, Martin, I think it's somewhat of a blueprint. It's somewhat of a blueprint to help teams understand this is how we can get to certain totals safely and smartly. It's not really saying this is what we want and this is what you have to do. It's just that blueprint to show you how you can get there. And I like the fact that the Cricket West Indies is trying to create that brand of cricket, something that the director in Miles Bascom, the head coach in Darren Sammy sat down and planned around, and they implemented it in Super 50. I think in 2023, it was implemented in Super 50 in Trinidad. Some of the coaches didn't really understand it fully, but you could have seen it last year in 2024 Super 50, that a lot of teams understand it and they start to play with it and they start having scores that is required, that brand of cricket that West Indies want. And it's good to see that they have implemented it in female cricket, whether it's T20 or 50 over cricket. But it's a change in bowling. Cumberbatch with ball in hand. Brittany Cooper just punching that one out to sweep. Just a single though.
Yeah, some good cricket being played there between these two teams. 33 for 1. Vincent on 18 from 23 deliveries, and Cooper is 10 from 15. Trinidad and Tobago 33 for 1. Vincent been given a life rather early. She's still there. How much would that affect the scores? Left to be seen. But those are very important times and that occurs in the game. That's a good delivery outside the off, something to the keeper's glove, Keswick.
Just thinking that he would want to probably finish on the line of the stump because of the field that you have set. But there's no third man. There's point, extra cover, and mid-off with a sweep boundary. There are a lot of room out there on the offside. I just think that for an off spinner, you want to be finishing on the stump. That's a bit better. The fact that you're bowling that wide, an edge can run away. It might not get to the boundary because the outfield is a bit heavy here. But you're going to give away easy runs. So you want to finish on the stump, bowl to your field. A bit better. Pulled out to the deep mid-wicket boundary. Wouldn't get 4. Just a single. Good work there. So it's night to night. Good show from the sister. Is this a twin playing here today, Martin?
Good to see Trinidad.
Scrambling for a single. Good work from Vincent and Brittany. Good communication this time in the middle.
Yeah, some good cricket being exhibited between these two batters. Good communication, as you mentioned. Good calling. Good aggressive cricket as well. 37 for 1, Trinidad and Tobago.
This one flighted up on our off stump. Good work from the skipper holder. Think she saved the boundary. But it's a single to finish. The score is 38 for 1.
Yeah, some good competitive cricket being played between these two teams. These two teams are really household names when it comes to women cricket in the Caribbean, Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago. Remember in the early days where Trinidad and Tobago were the dominant team in the women's tournament when it was newly introduced. Trinidad and Tobago really dominated. And then the other teams catch up. Could remember St. Vincent and the Grenadines was a part of that as well. They played as a separate entity at that time, not as Windward Islands. But it's good to see the women here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines enjoying the time, having a good stint in the middle, as we normally say. 38 for 1, Trinidad and Tobago against Barbados. Really two teams who have always been competitive at any level. At any level, really, Keswick.
New bowler being introduced. Herbert Mears. Have to find out if she's related to Carl Mears. This time too short. First delivery. Pulled out to deep mid-wicket. Could be 2. And they're hustling for the 2. Easy 2. Good running between the wickets from both batters. In Brittany and Vincent. I think probably the 2 better movers between the crease that we have seen for the day, Martin.
Yeah, some good positive cricket, as I said before. They have exhibited so far. Cooper and Vincent, good running between the wickets.
This time short, wide, cut out to the field on the sweep boundary. Just a single. So the Barbados bowlers is getting hit on both sides of the field. I mean, when you look at things, you would prefer your bowlers to get hit on one side of the field, where the fielders are.
This one is a good delivery outside here. Stump really pulling off the bails there, the wicket keeper. 47 for 1. So even Stevens here at Arnesville between these two. 5 in the circle. This time she's swinging that over mid-wicket. Feel off the square leg boundary, comes in and feel another single. So what is very important here is that they're rotating the strike. The dot balls are not happening. They're rotating the strike. They have moved up to 42 for 1.
They're ticking away nicely here, Martin, and this is what you want. If you can't get the boundaries. Sweeping again is Brittany Cooper nicely out to mid-wicket. Wouldn't get a boundary. Just a single. But he did mention if you can't get the boundaries, you need to pick up the singles, and they're doing that nicely.
It is a pretty good over for them. They have done that very well in this over. They have not chanced their hands. They just place the ball in the gap, play the shot with the appropriate shot to the delivery. And they continue to do that. Good delivery there by Mayers, keeping things tight in the last one. Completion of 9 overs, 43 for 1. But a good score would be what you think about, what you think, Keswick? What would be a good score here on this pitch?
Looking at the surface, I think anything about 135 would be fine. And the way how they are batting through this middle period here, they will have to score a little bit more. Probably about 7 or so over. So they need to score at least about 3 more to bring it to 7 and over.
The projected score at this time is 96. All the other things. It's Cooper again, just pulling it out to square leg, picking up another single. I've seen very good discipline from the Barbadian bowlers. Not a lot of extra deliveries been bowled so far in this game between these two islands. This one is tickled down the leg side. Good feeling again by these Barbadians. Just diving around the field, Keswick. Showing how well manicured it is.
Something I've never really thought would have seen from female cricket. Fielders diving around, being as agile as they are. This one is too short and deserved the punishment. Brittany Cooper latching on to it. 4 runs. Well deserved 4.
Yeah, short delivery there by Cumberbatch. Slipping down leg, and Cooper, knowing that she's have all the experience and a pretty good batter as well. Easy shot, pulled it through square leg into the fence in the vacant area for 4. She moves up now to 21 from 22 deliveries. Much better.
Yeah, she looks pretty organized at the crease ever since she got there. Played each ball on its merit. Nicely played down the ground. Full face of the bat is Brittany Cooper. As I mentioned, they need to score at least about 7 or so over from here on. We take them to about 120 or so, 122. Shot again, pulled out to mid-wicket, but straight to the fielder. Which is Knight out there on the mid-wicket boundary, just a single though. Barbados will be pretty happy with the singles that they're getting.
Well, after that's halfway in the first half of this cricket game between Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados. And what is really surprising is that they have not bowled an extra delivery. So as it takes some refreshments on the field, we'll take a break here and we'll be right back to continue coverage of this West Indies T20 tournament, women's tournament here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yes, welcome back here. Halfway stage, Trinidad and Tobago, 50-1. Good partnership being formed between Vincent and Cooper. One wicket going down so far, that of Janaba Joseph, caught by Shamilia Connell off the bowling of Alison Gordon. So Thiani Herbert Mears to continue. Bowling to Cooper, who's looked good so far in her innings of 22 of 24 deliveries. Rachel Vincent there, still 22 of 31. Kenroy Martin, how many more runs do you think is good enough to challenge this Barbados side?
Well, I don't know the depth of the Barbadian batting and the depth of the bowling side, but I think a good score, as was mentioned before, is 130. The wicket is pretty good for batting. This should be a little bit of trouble, but some miscommunication between these two. But 50-1 in this 11th over, it's pretty good start. They could get up to at least 130. That would give them a very good chance of winning this game, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, so Mayers to continue. Dot delivery there, just flashing outside the off stump on that occasion, Vincent, and missing, not getting close enough to those deliveries.
Yeah, just outside the off stump, putting some flight on it as well, and calls it out. She's standing on the lever. This time she's hiking it. Over mid-wicket, a famous shot for the ladies. A lot of runs been scored there during these two games thus far.
Yeah, a lot of dismissals as well in that area. So you certainly can see the area that's been mainly targeted in this tournament so far. Gets down, but it beats her through her legs on that occasion. So they get a comfortable single. It's Nijani Kamabach. This one is flighted. It's hit in the air, but over the infield. It races close to the boundary and it gets there in the end. So a much needed boundary of the bat of Rachel Vincent. Looking to make, that's a good option from her, going over the infield.
Yeah, good shot there by her. Flighted delivery there by Mayers, and she used her feet and got to the pitch and really played a lovely shot over cover. She played one earlier, innings that went for 6. That one just fell short of the boundary and went into the boundary for 4.
Use of the feet again, but to the onside this time, Vincent. So that ends the over. 11 overs bowled. Trinidad and Tobago, they are 58 for 1. 50 partnership as well coming up in that over between Cooper and Vincent.
Yeah, very good partnership between this one. This is what you need in innings like this. You need persons to bat as long as possible. Your top order should be scoring the majority of your runs. These two are settled and they are seeing the ball pretty nicely. It's timing it as well. So one of these batters need to carry their hands at least through the 20 overs, and Trinidad and Tobago put up a very good total on the board for Barbados to chase.
Yes, and Nijani Kamabach to continue. And what this start does as well, 11 overs bowled, 58, just 1 wicket down. It's a platform for them to launch at the back end. 50 over champions, Trinidad and Tobago, probably looking to do the double. This one is hit in the air, but in that vacant area at cover. Sweeper cover runs around now, but they're looking for 2. But Vincent, she sends back Cooper, who was looking for 2 there.
It really should have been 2. They didn't run the first one as fast as possible, and they took too much time in completing that first run. The fielder got to the ball and prevented them from getting that second run. So they must be aggressive on that first run.
Yeah, well bowled, slowed it up considerably on that occasion. Kamabach. Yeah. 60 runs, 1 wicket in the 12th over. Good going by Trinidad and Tobago. And notably as well, you haven't seen a string of dot deliveries. So that's very important, and that is why they are able to get up to 60 for just 1. This one swinging it to the leg side. But the field is well set. 3 fielders on the onside on the boundary.
Yeah, the power play went for 26, and from there on in they kept scoring at a runner ball. The Trinidadians are now 61 for 1. So they have improved their strike rate. This one now is being pulled again through the mid-wicket era, where the majority of the runs are being scored here in this tournament thus far, Stacey.
Yeah, good spot there. Ken Roy, 62 for 1 after 12 overs.
Yeah. So good going here by Trinidad and Tobago. Barbados have been very disciplined in their bowling. I don't think they have bowled an extra delivery, which is credit to them. I've not seen that in a while in a T20 game. I've not bowled an extra, I've not bowled a wide, I've not bowled a no ball. So really good discipline.
Yeah, so how about Mayers to continue? Looks to go big there, Cooper, but got that on the inner half of the bat. Ended up into a sweep shot to a fielder at square leg, Calendar. Yeah, Calendar has been busy out there on the square leg boundary in this over so far.
Well, productive era for Trinidad and Tobago. Productive era for ladies cricket, the women's cricket, mid-wicket. Big era. Majority of the runs been scored there.
Not able to capitalize on that wide delivery, Cooper. She feel like she's missed out. She got it past that fielder, Kelia Elliott. Use of the feet now, it's high in the air, but there's no one there to take a catch. It spins away, but it's still just one.
Yeah, flighty delivery there by Mears. Cooper looking to go mid-wicket, just hitting the outer portion of the bat and ballooning over the keeper's head and falling in no man's land. And a single been offered up there to Cooper.
Use of the feet, I think this time this will go. This will travel a distance. What a massive hit from Rachel Vincent. Much needed from a Trinidad and Tobago perspective.
Yeah, flighty delivery there by Mears, and it was in her half, and she really smacked that over mid-on into the fence, into the Mike Finley's pavilion for 6. Lovely hands and eye coordination, and it went at distance. Lovely shot there by Vincent.
Looks to go again. This time over long off. And it crashes into the boundary. A valiant dive there by Nigel Komabach. But I think the ball wins the race. And it's back-to-back boundaries now for Rachel Vincent. So she has decided it's time to get a move on.
Yeah, Mears just fighting it a little bit too much. Looking for that wicket. Looking for that shot over mid-wicket. And really some good shots being played there by Vincent over cover. And that one went a mighty long way into the vicinity of the Mike Finley Pavilion and went for 6. And she rushes up now to 41 from 41 deliveries. Trinidad and Tobago are now 75 for 1.
Yeah, 75 for 1. I must give her credit for that shot that she played over the mid-off fielder. Seen a number of shots being played through the leg side. I've seen her execute 2 over the offside, playing with the angle of the delivery. 75 for 1, 13 overs bowled. Kelia Elliott, the leg spinner, is being introduced. This one is a full delivery. Has she found the gap? Connell gives chase, tries to get a foot down, but the ball wins the race once more. A full delivery. 2 full to start from Kelia Elliott, and Brittany Cooper has no qualms in putting that one away.
Yeah, full delivery really, and dealt it by Cooper through mid-wicket again into the fence for 4. Brilliant shot by her. She moves up now to 32 from 33 deliveries. Really, and they have stepped things up here, these 2 batters, after going past that 50 partnership, aided by some loose bowling by the Barbadians as well.
Better delivery on that occasion, Elliott.
Yeah, that was a flatter, faster delivery. Ended up into a Yorker by Cooper. So umpire just speaking to her somewhat. Says that you're treading on a dangerous area on the wicket. Need to be a little bit wider.
Yeah, you kind of get that from Kelia Elliott. And she's the type of bowler. She's a wicket taker for Barbados. Picks up wickets, but you get some inconsistency from her as well in terms of the length. And a good comeback from her so far after being put for that boundary to Cooper. Yeah, another warning again to her from the umpire. It's probably getting into that danger zone, Keelia Elliott.
Saw the signals.
Yeah, that looked close as well, Martin.
It's very
Looked
close.
really close to that danger zone. Has to be careful here, Elliott. Don't want
She
to be
comes
penalised.
from wide, so that's the reason.
This one is very full. Hit on the bat. Alison Gordon with her outstretched arms, but it just lands in front of her. And behind her, she was trotting backwards there. So close, but not close enough for Barbados. Trinidad and Tobago moves up to 82 for 1 after 14 overs.
Yeah, good going here. Good going here by these two. Really batting well for Trinidad and Tobago, Cooper and Vincent. We are here into the over number, 14? 14 overs have been bowled, another 6 overs to go. 81 for 1. So they have set the platform here for the others to come, a launching pad really. And really they could really propel to beyond 130. So Vincent on 42, Cooper on 33, and Hooper on 33, and Elliott has bowled just a solitary over, 1 for 6. Not a bad over. As we see a change in bowling from the airport end.
Yes, so Shamilia Connell now was unlucky in her first spell. 2 overs, 6 runs, no wickets. There was a drop catch and a near miss, a ball almost being played onto the stump from Vincent. So she was certainly unlucky in her first spell. She'll be hoping that she'll find some fortune in her next 2 overs.
Well, she bowled at Vincent when Vincent was about 4 to 5 runs on the board. She's bowling at Vincent now. She's on 42 from 43. So a different Vincent is here.
Yeah, and Vincent was that person that was dropped by
Yes.
Kalinda in her second over. Getting a single to start there, Vincent. And you mentioned the difference that you're seeing now. She's set, and those deliveries just outside the off stump, she's able to get back to it and score from those deliveries. Earlier, it was a bit of a challenge for her. So rightly said, Martin, a set batter, there's a difference now. Some innovation on that occasion from Brittany Cooper will challenge the boundary, just gets there. So good ingenuity being shown here from Brittany Cooper, just using the pace of Shamilia Connell to pick up a boundary.
Yeah, some good tactics been used there by Cooper, getting into our wicket, picking up the line of delivery and really paddling it down to fine leg for 4 runs. Good four looking runs there from Brittany Cooper, and showing her some serious creativity there in our batting. Very brave to be doing that as well, Stacey Ann.
And now we're seeing the keeper just telling deep fine leg to get a bit straighter. And this is what happens when you're able to play those sorts of shots. You open up different angles of the field that you probably want to be scoring in. Short delivery, this time over to the field. The fielder gives chase, coming around, she does well, but they managed to pick up 2.
Yeah, shorter delivery, and Cooper was to the task, pulling it through mid-wicket for another 2, for another double. Score moves up now to 88, so Cooper look very settled there now. She rushes up now to 39, looking like she wants to open her arms and play a few shots. Looking to turn things on here is Cooper.
Looks to be the slower one on that occasion. But Cooper manages to get back onto it, and really good running. Good stuff here from Rachel Vincent. Recognizing that the second run was on, and she was herring down to the non-strikers end and made it quite comfortably in the end.
Yeah, some good cricket there by Vincent. Calling her partner. Partner was chuckling as he bent over. Seems to be running a little bit too much, you ladies. Really calling for your fitness when it comes to these T20 games. In the middle of the day, Stacey Ann.
Go short again. Just pass.
Don't
Lisa
think they will-
Scantleberry.
Don't think they'll be coming back for 2 years, Stacey. Yeah?
I don't think so. I don't think so, Martin. Rightly said.
Hands on hips. Taking a breather.
Yeah, the sun is hot, and this pair, they've done a lot of running between the wickets. It's what has them in a decent position right now, Trinidad and Tobago. Managed to keep the scoreboard ticking, and now they're able to cash in. Slow delivery again, played straight back to her, and this time she only has herself to blame. She was in no position to play it, Vincent, and just offered up what would have been should have been a simple enough catch to Connell, but she puts it down, and Vincent gets another life.
Well, that was a dolly. Billy hit back to Connell, and Connell made a meal of that. Really, 91 for 1. So Vincent, enjoying the time of her life here. She's on 43 from 45 deliveries, and I've been given 2 lives thus far.
Yeah, both of the bowling of Connell, interestingly. That occasion, Connell can't blame anybody but herself. It was offered back up to her, but she put it down. It's almost as if she wasn't expecting it to come back to her.
But these 2 batters have come back really good for Trinidad and Tobago. Cooper, 42 from 40. As you see, the runs have gone above the balls, and Vincent have just about 2 deliveries below. She's out stump.
Yeah, and you get that. You get that from Killia Elliott. That's the breakthrough that they were after Barbados. Just looking to play against the spin there, Brittany Cooper. And enough turn on that delivery from Killia Elliott. Really fine stumping as well from Kaisia Knight.
Yeah, really deceived there by Elliott. Elliott flighting that delivery, and Cooper coming towards it, missing it completely. And an easy stumping there for Knight. And they have gotten wicket number 2.
Yeah, it's a good platform set. Good partnership between Brittany Cooper and Rachel Vincent. And it brings Leon Kirby, another veteran, into the middle. Mention how well they've gone in that period. Now, here is the last 5 overs. Can Trinidad and Tobago convert their good start into a formidable total? They have the platform set. Let's see how many they can get from here on out.
Well, they have wickets in hand, which is critically important, and they have a set batter, that of Vincent. So they have everything going for them.
Good start to Leon Kirby from Killia Elliott. But Kirby gets off strike, gets off the mark as well. Brings a set batter that we were speaking of, Rachel Vincent, on strike. Yeah, she was looking to come down the track, Rachel Vincent. We just had to check her shot at the last moment. Since that first ball 4 in her first over, Killia, she has come back really well, shown good control and consistency in terms of her lines and lengths. It's really good pace as well. And another one, she gets another one in the over. We're just talking about her accuracy. And on that occasion, bowling Leon Kirby. Excellently bowled there from Killia Elliott. Anyone would be dancing for that sort of wicket.
Well, she never looked comfortable against Elliott. First delivery hit the outer portion of the bat. The second one hit the outer portion of the bat. And that was a flighted delivery. Really beautifully bowled by Elliott. Deceiving her and really got the better of her, hitting that stump, that off stump. Beautifully bowled there by Elliott.
Yeah, and it was important for Elliott to get it on the line of the middle stump, and yes, it's turning away and it hit that off stump. If you notice, Leon Kirby, she says she's setting up on the leg stump. So if she can't get back to it, she's always going to be in trouble, which was the result there. Could never get close enough to that delivery, which was always turning away from her.
She never looked comfortable against the leg spinner. Never looked comfortable against Elliott at all. 3 deliveries she batted and never really got the bat on them per se. And that was a beautifully bold delivery by Elliott, deceiving her in flight also, and really making.
It's to be Samara Ramnath. Yeah, so the new batter, Samara Ramnath.
Kirby.
Just verified that. Looks to be Samara Ramnath.
So, over 16 have been completed. It's now 93 for 3. 2 wickets to Elliott as I make my way out of here to be replaced by Keswick Williams as he continues coverage here between Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago. And this is the West Indies Women's T20 tournament held in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Vincent is unbeaten on 44. Trinidad and Tobago 93 for 3.
There's a Scantleberry. Sorry, how about Mayers? Continuing. So Vincent nearing a half century. Gets a bit of an inside edge there. Runs away to that deep square leg fielder. Runs around and picks it up. Keeps it to a single. So Ramnath, young under 19 West Indies captain. I mentioned the good start. And a good middle phase for Trinidad and Tobago. In Barbados team, they'll be thinking, we have to try and restrict them as much as possible. They have an opportunity. New batter in. Rachel Vincent is off strike. Swan is in the air. There was no one there. So just another single, Keswick. We were talking about that good middle phase for Trinidad and Tobago. And they have to be careful that they're not in danger of basically throwing that good middle phase and start away.
Yeah, you definitely want to commend them with how they played through the middle. Brittany Cooper and Vincent. They look for the singles. They knock it around, hit the odd boundaries. Hence the reason why they're in this position now. So they want to finish well. They do not want to give up on this momentum, but Barbados is fighting back nicely. We make mention of how much we think that they can get to if they take that run rate up. The run rate was about 6 a while ago. It's back down to 5. So they would want to finish well. Just 3 overs left in this innings. But Barbados, they're fighting back nicely. 98 for 3. Ramnath is now at the crease, joining Vincent, who is on 48.
Yeah, Keely Elliott, she's bowling really well. And I mentioned since that first delivery when she was played away for a 4, it's been a wonderful comeback from her so far. Picked up those 2 important wickets as well. This one is full, it's driven. Can't beat the fielder though, but they managed to get one. Good stop there from Chishan Holder.
This is nice work from her. Good returns from Elliott. 2.2. 2 wickets so far. I think she likes the air. She's been flighting it.
Yeah, 100 coming up as well with that single.
And this time it looks close. What it's missing, Stacey? I mean, it looks close from here.
Now there's a big inside edge
Big
there.
inside edge onto the back. Good decision from the umpire. You have to give them that when they get it right, Stacey. I mean, they're human beings, so when they do get it right, you have to say well done to them. But it's 50 for Vincent. Really stuck it out. Was dropped early, and we did mention what's gonna happen if you drop her, and she showed the reason why you should not drop a batter like her. She's on 50 now. First 50 of the tournament as well. But they have to finish well. Down the ground goes Ramnath. Moving nothing but air. Another one for Elliott. She has to go.
This has been an exceptional spell from Keelia Elliott so far. The pinpoint accuracy in her leg spin deliveries, the consistency in her line and lengths. It's just been wonderful to see from a leg spinner. Wow, look at that delivery. Pitching and leaving the right-handed batter who was looking to get a massive hit down the ground. Yeah, really good stuff. She was introduced late, Keelia Elliott. Broke that partnership of Brittany Cooper and Vincent. Since then, she has really been the one to put a sort of stoppage in terms of the flow of runs that were being scored by Trinidad and Tobago earlier.
Certainly the showstopper here, Elliott. They haven't really run away with the score too much, Barbados, but Trinidad, they haven't really run away with the score, but how they played through the middle, it was good to see from Cooper and Vincent. She came in, she broke that partnership. This is a 3rd wicket now. Finding the edge of the batter. Looks like Anisia Mohammed there. Just a single. This is turning out to be an excellent spell here from Elliott. Something that the skipper would be very happy with. Good returns from her. 3 wickets, 12 runs, just 3 overs. She's still celebrating, even going to her field.
Yeah, and if you have your leg spinner bowling well in the tournament, you will certainly be a threat to other teams. And I must commend Keelia Elliott in tournaments past. I've seen the inconsistency in terms of her direction. Sometimes it's too full, too short. But I've seen a big turnaround in this match. A lot of the deliveries have been immaculate in terms of where she wants to deliver it. Must commend her for that. Seems as if she's been doing some work off season. Probably have a chat with her after about it.
I tell you what, I have so much respect for leg spinners because it's one of the most difficult to master. Physio for Trinidad just coming out there to have a look at Vincent. She looks like she have a little bit of pain or a little bit of stiffness in her hammy. Hope everything is fine there. They would need her to finish this innings well, take them up to at least about 120, 125. Just 2 overs left. I'm wondering if we will see the leg spinning Elliott bowling again. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, if she continues to bowl like that, why not let her finish? Connell was off the field, but she's back on now. I'm not sure if they'll probably have her bowl in the last over. We'll have to see. Bruce now is with ball in hand. Kaisi and Knight is just getting the angles of the field right. the last 2 overs, penultimate coming up. We're mentioning getting up to 130. Trinidad and Tobago, they should feel aggrieved if they don't get up to that sort of total, the way they were batting earlier. And Barbados, they've pulled things back quite nicely in this last phase of the match. This one just played out to Alison Gordon. So a single which gets Rachel Vincent back on strike. She's 50. She's been striking it well. They'll need her to finish well also, Trinidad and Tobago.
Which is smart from the skipper, Mohammed, looking to get Vincent on strike. She needs to go deep. She needs to finish the game well. She's not going to this time. She's not going to. She's bold. She's gone. A little bit of excitement here in the com box. Beautiful delivery. Something that we have got accustomed to with Bruce and the lengths that she has been bowling throughout this game. Fuller delivery. She has to go. Vincent, the person who kept that innings together, scoring 54. The score is 107 for 5.
Yeah, and that old adage, cricket adage comes into play. You miss, I hit, full and straight there from Bruce. So again, we're talking about phases of the game. Trinidad and Tobago at one point, they were 90 for 1 at around 15 overs. And they've only managed to add just 17 so far. 17. Just get the correction in the score. We have 2 different score line here. I have 107, one we are 103. But for now, it's 103 for 5. So just 13 runs being added so far in this last phase of the game by Trinidad and Tobago. Swan walking it to the onside to get off the mark there. They're looking for 2. They're going to scramble back for 2. The throw comes in. And they managed to pick up 2 quite easily in the end. The new batter is Sunil Sao. They're looking for every run now, Trinidad and Tobago. It's good areas being bowled by Shanika Bruce.
Really a good bowler for this phase of the game. In the back end, she looks to bowl her Yorkers, the slower ball. Valenta's been good throughout this game too.
So full toss on that occasion. Won't split the fielders. Really good work there by Asabi Kalinda. And she makes sure that she throws it in to avoid them coming back for a third. So good athleticism being shown there by Kalinda on the square leg boundary.
Just 1 delivery to go in this over. 1 over after this.
On the line of the leg stump once more. They're looking for 2. They're going to come back. A good throw could spell trouble here, but Sao makes it. So they managed to get another 2 to close that over out. 7 runs coming from it despite that wicket. Trinidad and Tobago, they are 109 for 5.
Definitely would love to see them get up to about a 120. I'm pretty sure that the Trinidad dugout will love to see both batters getting them up to 120. But I'm thinking it might be a bit of a problem with the person who has the ball in hand, in Elliott. She has been bowling well, picked up 3 wickets for 12 runs. Broke the partnership between Vincent and Brittany Cooper. She's looking at the field carefully, making sure the right fielders are in the right position. is Elliott.
It's a full delivery, a very full delivery. Kaishona Knight is there, and she puts it down. So another drop catch from Barbados. What should have been the fourth, a very high full toss. Mohammed coming down the track on that occasion, connects, but connects it straight to Kaishona Knight, who puts it down in the end. Not a full one. This time out to the field. The calendar is there, and she takes it. So Mohammed has to go. Elliott picks up her fourth. It's a good catch there by Calendar.
It is expected at this time, Stacey, you expect your batters to go. They're at 111. Getting to at least 120, I think, is a good score on this pitch. So they need to get to 120. We're expecting that they would go. She was dropped before from Knights. Kamabash did not make a mistake with that one. This is her fourth wicket now for 14 runs. So she can pick up a fifer. She has 4 deliveries to do so. Let's see how she would finish.
New batter now is Steffi Sugrim. Known for her left arm orthodox, but she has some pedigree with the bat. Steffi Sugrim. It's another full one. Looking to advance down the wicket. Manages to get that right leg back in just in time. Keelia Elliott, can she pick up a fifer? Remember when these two met last year, 96 was a challenging score for Trinidad and Tobago. Barbados, they were dismissed for 96. And in return, they bowled out Trinidad and Tobago for 83. Erin Dean, not playing today, she picked up 5 wickets. So can another spinner pick up 5 wickets against Trinidad and Tobago for Barbados? This one is in the air, it's high. There's a fielder there, and a well-deserved fifer from Keelia Elliott. Magnificent display of bowling from her here today, and she deserves that 5 wicket.
You don't really see bowlers picking up 5 wickets as often in T20 cricket. But she has done that successfully today. Wonderful job done by her. Came in, brought the partnership, and she has been taking up wickets ever since. Well done to her. Sugrim have to go.
Yeah, you think of when she's been introduced as well. She was introduced rather late in this over and still managed to pick up in this match and still managed to pick up 5 wickets. Yeah, her control, again, I speak of it because it's been exceptional today. Keelia Elliott putting her hand up for Barbados when they needed her the most. That partnership between Cooper and Vincent, they were really running away with things, Trinidad and Tobago. But since her introduction, Elliott, she has really stopped the flow of runs. It's a new batter now. It's Kanisha Isaac. Sow is still there. 2 deliveries. Can she make the most of it for Trinidad and Tobago? It's a full one. She goes down the ground. Looks to get it into the gap. They're going to run. They're going to come back for 2. They're going to run hard. A really good throw. Would have probably seen the back of Sow. That actually ends the innings for Trinidad and Tobago. 114 for 7. 20 overs bowled. Wonderful display of bowling from Keelia Elliott to highlight the great bowling there from Barbados on display here today in this first encounter against Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, really good work from Barbados to restricting them for that total. Seeing how they played through the middle with Brittany Cooper and Vincent. Vincent scoring a half century, Brittany scoring 40. Brittany scoring 47. So it's really good going from them to pull back the game in the manner in which they did Barbados. So the momentum has finished in Barbados half. So they would come out to bat with a bit of momentum behind them. Well done to Keelia Elliott She bowled magnificent, especially Stacey mentioned the time when she came into bowl. It was a difficult time when the innings between Brittany and Vincent was going pretty well. But well done to her. She picked up 5 wickets here, the first 5 wickets of the tournament, the first day. Well done to them. They have a better chance now to come out and bat with the momentum that they finished with. Barbados team 115 to win the Barbados team. When we come back, we would continue here at the Arnisvale Cricket Stadium. Yes, we're back here at the Arnisville playing field with the regional women T20 Blaze. Trinidad and Tobago bat first here and scored 114. Barbados out to bat in the second innings. The momentum really finished in their half from the first innings, with Elliott picking up 5 wickets, came into bowl in a time where the Trinidad team was really batting well to the middle, and she came and put a full stop to that, picking up the wicket of Brittany Cooper, and she continued to take wickets on to the end. Picking up 5 wickets is Elliott. Vincent scoring 50 runs here for Trinidad to hold the innings together herself, and Cooper scoring 47. To continue commentary with me here, I have Kenroy Martin in the commentary box with me. Good afternoon, Martin, and how are you doing?
I'm not bad. Sun is out in all its glory, as you mentioned, prior to the completion of this first innings here. The Trinidadians had a good middle period and then fell away, and compliments Elliott, who bowled superbly for Barbados, taking 5 for 17, and now they are set with a target of 114. We had discussed that they could have gotten to 130, but some excellent bowling, as I mentioned before, from Elliott in the middle really caused things to went the way that it did. As you see, the first delivery punch to backward point there. It is Knights who's taking first strike. Barbados needs to get 114, 115 to win this game.
Yes, Martin, and they will get the momentum behind them with the way how they bowl, especially in the back end of the game. But if it's one person who has something to say about that, it definitely would be the person with the ball in hand, Anisa Mohammed. This is an easy 2 runs here. We all know how good she is with the ball. Played a lot of international cricket for West Indies. Was once the #1 bowler in the world in female cricket internationally. So we know what she can do, hence the reason she has the new ball in hand. Brittany Cooper just coming around there to extra cover. Sue Graham there was the keeper. Chanel Sue Graham just fixing the angles correct. So they have some work to do, Trinidad. Hence the skipper is with ball in hand. Anisa Mohammed. This one on the line of the leg, some sweep in his night. Just a single. Brings Calendar on strike. They will need to pick up wickets in the power play if they're going to make a game out of this, Trinidad and Tobago. Sa, who is the wicket keeper, just making sure all the angles are set correctly. That one flighted, finding the edge of Kalinda. Just a single. But a single to finish the first over. Not a bad start here from Trinidad, as expected, with Anisa Mohammed with ball in hand. They just need to continue here, Martin.
Yeah, not a bad start, as you mentioned. 4 from the first over for Barbados. Saw some good shots from Knights as well towards the spinner Mohammed. But as you said, she's key. I think Knights is key as well to Barbados actually batting as long as possible to get to this 115. But a good start for both teams. Trinidad would look to get wickets in the power play, as you mentioned, to really peg the Barbadians back. But the Barbadians will be looking to score as much as possible and keep as much wickets in hand. Score as much runs as possible, keep as much wickets in hand to really get to this 115. And Knights would be a very crucial part of this Barbados batting. Knowing that the skipper is not here, the responsibility falls solely on her as well to do such.
Well, Barbados missing 2 key players in Dotting and Matthews out on rest. Also, Aline. How can I forget? Cheeky players. Aline. DeAndre Dottin is out on injury. Matthews is getting some rest, some well-deserved rest, I would say. Globetrotter she is. Playing in almost every single female league around the world. In my opinion, I think she's one of the best players ever to play female cricket. A full toss. Given the treatment, it will run away to the boundary for 4. Speak a bit too fast there, Martin. Heavy outfield. And it's also a no ball.
Yeah, high full toss ball there by Isaacs. Above the waist. 3 runs occurring from that. As you mentioned before, the outfield is a little bit heavy. Something that we have not seen at Annesville for a long time. Just need to get the grass cut to a particular level. Isaacs just need to get it right here. That brings Knight on strike. She's on 2 from 3. 2 from 5 deliveries. And Kalinda has 4 from 3. And no ball. There's a free hit on hand here. Don't think we have seen any no balls from the Barbadian teams in their innings. Exercise very good discipline. This one is smashed straight back. It will get to the fence. Oh, yes it does. She tried to do a little football in there, but the ball beat her to the ropes and into the fence for 4.
Not the best football work that you'd ever see, Martin. Try to do some football work there. It's so grim. Couldn't get... Well, it went straight through her legs.
It's called a salad.
Yeah, definitely a salad. In our terms, in St. Vincent, we call it a salad. Saw just making sure that she's in the right position with the wicket keeper. Sugrim just marking a territory. This one is played out to cover. Really good shot. Just be 2 though. Good shot again from Kaisia Knights.
Yeah, she looks good to start things here. Playing some lovely shots. The ball coming out of the middle of the bat. As I said, she will be very key to get into that 115 runs here for Barbados. Barbados is boasting of a pretty young team here as well in this tournament. Pretty young team. Trinidad and Tobago, very experienced team they are.
Really like what I'm seeing from Saw. She's always fixing the angles, making sure they're right. Too short. This one is pulled out to the mid-wicket boundary, straight to Cooper, who is out there. Just a single. But something that we need to take into consideration is the outfield, Martin. I think it's a little bit heavy, especially outside the 30-yard circle. Something that we need to look into. It's very heavy. That full toss a while ago should have definitely been a 4.
We don't know Annesville as a playing field like that. I know it normally gets, yep. This one is a full delivery down the leg side again. In danger. In danger of not being able to bowl again, Keswick. That's 2 full tosses.
It's not anything too threatening, I would say. It's going down the leg side. It's not really challenging the batter's body, so I think she's a little bit safe, but she needs to get her lines right and the lengths as well. Another free hit. Calendar this time to face the free hit. What is she going to do about it? She tries the ramp.
I think
Wonder if that's something that she's accustomed doing.
Yeah, I think it was premeditated, really. She decided that she wanted to do that from free hit came on. So, fortunately, she didn't connect. 16 without loss. Kalinda and Knights. Knights looking good. Few deliveries she has faced thus far. Need another 99 runs. Pretty good over thus far. This one is through her. Keeper didn't collect clean yet. Good delivery there by Isaacs. To finish proceedings here. And this is the second over. 16 without loss. Barbados in reply to Trinidad and Tobago 115.
Well, a much better start for Barbados. Trinidad and Tobago had some troubles with their power play. This is the second over. The third over is about to be bowled now. They're already on 16. So this is good from Barbados. Good start. I did mention they finished their bowling innings with some momentum. So they would go into batting with some momentum as well.
Lisa Mohammed continues to bowl for Trinidad and Tobago. Has a packed offside field as well, Keswick. And she's bowling to that field. Veteran.
Well, if you need someone to stem the flow of runs and pick you up some wickets, it's going to be her. You'll have to try to get your runs from the other bowlers, because if you need someone to bowl with a lot of consistency, it's going to be her. This one badly lying on like stump. Rare occasions you will see that from Anisha. Not a lot of damage done, just a single.
Yeah, but it's a good positive start from Barbados in reply to this total, though. Like the way that they're going about their business. Trinidad and Tobago. Still in the power play. Remember that. As Mohammed marshal our troops on the field. Sun is out in all his glory. Few clouds overhead. Stacey Ann would love to be on the field at this point in time.
And this one is cut out to point. They wouldn't get enough legs to get to the boundary. The chief fielders doing chase. They only just get two. Yeah. Speaking about Stacey, and we could have remembered back in the days when she bowled. Wind blowing in her hair, running from the beach and running in, bowling her out swingers and out in swingers. She was a sight to see, Martin. I always say that she gave up her career a little bit too early, but she's a selector for Windwards now, so she have made strides in terms of her cricket. Anisa Mohammed, the first blow. She picks up the first wicket. Calendar have to go. Anisa Mohammed, as we expected, with her ball in hand. The Barbados lose their first wicket. Is 19 for 1.
Yeah, pretty bad shot there by Calendar. That ball was flighted on the stumps. She went across the line, missing it completely, and it crashed into those 3 pieces of wooden material there. They call the stumps. Alisa Mohammed has captured her first wicket for this tournament. And at a very crucial time as well, 19 for 1.
I think they were struggling along nicely, and it's a ball that was pitched on stump, and she has been playing straight down the ground. The first shot that we have seen from her that is going across the line, playing something that she's not accustomed to. Even the over before, she tried to play that ram shot. So I'm not sure if it was a bit of frustration that was creeping in, but she was playing nicely, playing that supporting role for Knights. Out comes the skipper now in holder. She walks to the crease. Losing their first wicket is Barbados. And you would expect with ball in hand, she will always be a threat to any team in this tournament, knowing what she's capable of. This one short again. Holder off the mark immediately. With towel in the back, she looks a good player. Just the way how she sets up, just the way how she played that first shot. She looks like a player that understands her game. But it's a single to finish that over. The score is 20 for 1.
Yeah, good over there for Trinidad and Tobago, bowled by Mohammed. She has bowled 2 overs so far. She has 1 for 6. And that is what you want from your premier bowler. As she starts proceedings here for Trinidad and Tobago, it's 20-1. Barbados have been set back by the loss of that wicket. Kalinda being bowled by Mohammed. Trinidad and Tobago, as I mentioned, is a very experienced team. Players have been around for a period of time, including the skipper. So they continue to demonstrate their knowledge of the game and how things should be done. But I mentioned before that the discipline of the Barbadian bowling was very, 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 very much to look at. Very interesting to look at in that first innings. They really bowled disciplined and really restricted the Trinidadians for that total of 115. They just need now that they occupy the crease and bat as long as possible to get this other 95 runs. So a new bowler had been introduced.
Well, it's Sugrim now with ball in hand. Steffi Sugrim. Left arm spinner doing the job, doing the check. The celebration is out. Slow into the pitch. Skipper Horner looking to hit that one over mid-wicket. Losing her wicket. Sugrim celebrates.
Again, we've seen that shot through mid-wicket again. Favored area for the ladies, looking to hit over mid-wicket, not looking to go straight, and really causing the dismissal of 2 batters so far for Barbados, going across the line, straight deliveries, in my opinion.
You always mention you don't want to lose 2-3 wickets in the power play. It always puts you behind the 8 ball. So far, so good for Trinidad and Tobago. They started well, Barbados. Better than how Trinidad started in their power play. But Trinidad is sort of pulling it back easily. Nisa Mohammed setting the fields, making sure that they're in the right positions. Sugrim, second delivery, picking up a first wicket. And it's the Knights sisters at the crease. Can this be a sister thing? Taking them home? Taking them into the night? What do you think, Martin?
Yeah. Knights taking you into the nights. Barbados will love that. They have done it already for this team. Oh, badly missed there by the person. The lady feeling a short extra cover.
Sloppy work there from the field at extra cover.
Really shouldn't have been a run. It's now 20-2. Barbados in reply to Trinidad and Tobago. Sugrim with the ball in his hand. Continue to do well. Left arm around the wicket. It's in the air. Somebody's getting under it. The catch is taken. And the wicket number 3 has gone. Trinidad and Tobago on a high. They are cockahooing here in Arnoldsville. 3 for 21. Barbados in reply to Trinidad and Tobago 115.
Well, it's an easy catch for Alexander. Good steady of concentration. She has to go. Skysia Knights. This is what you don't want, but a good fight back here from Trinidad and Tobago. Easy catch here from Alexander. Good steady of concentration. It was high, but she called for it. Barbados is 3 wickets down for just 21 runs. Sugrim is really running rackets here, bowling a good spell. A spell that the Trinidad and Tobago team need if they're going to win this game.
So that brings to the crease Cumberbatch. She joins Casey and Knights. She's on 1 from 1. Trinidad and Tobago 21 for 3. Excellent bowling. Her first over here is Segrim. Picked up 2 wickets thus far. Still another delivery, 2 deliveries to come. Barbados under some serious pressure here against the Trinidadians. This one is beautifully played. Through backward point. They won't have the legs to get to the ropes, but they will get 2 runs for sure. But that was a lovely piece of batting there to start proceedings for her. Cumberbatch. Lovely shot for 2.
Yeah, it was nicely played, given some room. Even though it was a packed offside, she did find a gap in front of point. And he's making sure that her field is well set. Making sure that the fielders are in the right position.
So Grim, final delivery. Flighted outside the off stump and she lurks at that one into the keeper's glove. That brings you over to an end. And after 4 overs, Barbados in reply to Trinidad and Tobago 114. They are 23 for 3. What has gone wrong thus far?
Well, they were surfing nicely on the waters here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And in comes Sugrim and she just put a full stop to things. Now the game has somewhat sway a little bit more into Trinidad and Tobago team. Barbados have to be very careful here. Losing another wicket within this power play would even sink them a bit deeper into trouble.
I think they're in some choppy waters here, Keswick, between St. Vincent and Beckwith. They're in the channel. New bowler, right arm around the wicket. That is Ramnath. So the skipper has decided to introduce a new bowler. Ramnath is now into an attack. Second delivery, flighted, lovely. Love the air that was given by Ramnath there. Interesting.
Good to see her in this at this level, captain of the West Indies on the 19 team. So it's good to see her making that transition into the senior team level.
Ooh, lovely delivery. Well played by Knight as well. Turned it nicely off her hips for a single. Brings Cumberbatch into strike. So that's one of the emerging players for this tournament. Keswick, you just mentioned that, Ramnath. Skipper Rennie on the 19 team. We love to see those people, young players breaking through, coming through into the national teams. So lovely to have her here. She has been given the responsibility to bowl tight here for Trinidad and Tobago with Barbados struggling at 24 for 3. So good line and length here.
This is really good from her. Looking closely, she bowls off spin to the left-handers and then bowl leg spin
Yeah.
to the right-hander, which is good. This is really good stuff from Ramnath.
Multi-talented. She's gifted, man. Again, this one is driven nicely up to mid-off. There's me trouble here. This should be some trouble. There's a loud appeal. Umpire shakes his head. But really, a weak throw coming from mid-off. It was a better throw. She would have been in some trouble. But Natal says the umpire would love to see that again.
Should have never been a run there, I would say, Martin. Just a little bit of a sloppy feeling there from Kirby. A little bit late. Saw a misfeel from her earlier as well. Just a little bit slow in the field. So we have seen her bowl leg spin to the right-handers and off spin to the left-handers. She's bowling to a left-hander again. Let's see if she's going to go off spin now.
Well, the field is set for that. 3-4 on the onside. 5 on the offside. Cover is well packed. No slip. Beautifully flighted. Walk down to mid-on. By Knight. Picks up another single. Barbados would love these two to bat at least up to 13, 14 overs without losing another wicket. They are now 26 for 3. Required run rate is 5.93 and the run rate at present is 5.20. Have another 89 runs to get from 15 overs. These two need to bat through 4. Barbados as Supreme continues to bowl. Stacey, and welcome back. How are you doing?
Good afternoon, Martin. Hello to all the viewers. Sugrim. This is what she's known for. She's picked up those 2 wickets so far, but she's known to strangle the batters of the opposition, particularly in the power play. Has the best economy rate. Had the best economy rate last year. This one slammed down the ground and it's dropped by Isaac. Should have been a third, could be a run out, but cannot recover in time to execute that run out, Isaac. Should have been a third wicket in the power play for Sugrim.
Yeah, that should have been taken there. Unfortunately, she fell to the ground before she got her hands to the ball and it bounced out. Could have been wicket number 3 for Sugrim.
And that second left-handed batter as well in the sister of Kaisia Knight being Kaishona Knight could have spelled disaster for Barbados.
So Sugrim continues to pile on the pressure here on the Barbadians. This one is driven sweetly. True cover, she's gone for 1. She's calling for a second. Brilliant feeling by that fielder who runs from mid-off. True comes in, they complete 2 runs. So some lovely batting here by Cumberbatch. Seems to have everything intact as a batter.
Yeah, that's well played by Cumberbatch. When I was mentioning Sugrim, she had the best economy rate last year, 2.2. Bowled 15 overs, just 33 runs were scored off of her in that T20 Blazing Sinkits last year. There's something that she does well. She's accustomed to bowling in the power play. And you see that the execution to both right and left-handers has been really good from Sugrim so far.
Seems to me as there's a little issue with someone walking off the field. I don't think she's Vincent. She's leaving the field and she's been substituted there. Probably not feeling too well. She's taking her time and making her way to the dugout. Barbados 29 for 3. Sugrim, the destroyer thus far with skipper Mohammed. She has 1 as well. It's 3 for 29. This one is a good one outside the off stump and there's a peel coming from Sugrim. Not out, says the umpire. She continues to trouble the batters here from Barbados. Steady bowling by her. Packed offside field. Again, this one is short and has been pulled. It will have the legs to go across the fence. It does now. Short delivery by Sugrim. Dealt with accordingly. Cumberbatch doing well into the fence for 4.
Yeah, Cumberbatch is playing the spinners quite well from Trinidad and Tobago. She's staying quite low and she's waiting on it. She knows that it's going to come slowly and then the short one comes and she's in a really good position to take it on and in the end getting the desired result, a boundary. So good start here from Nijani Cumberbatch.
Yes,
taking on the spinners quite well.
She looks really good so far. Played some very good shots through the covers. That short delivery pouncing on it, pulling it through the mid-wicket area for 4. Sugrim would have different ideas. Again, she just barely just running it down to third man. She knows where the fielders are as well. Picks up another single. To some smart, intelligent batting here by Cumberbatch. That brings you over to an end here. And they are 33 for 3. This is the West Indies T20 Blaze. women's tournament in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Second game of the first day, Barbados versus Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, 34 for 3 at the end of the power play. Trinidad and Tobago, they were 26 for 1. So you'll say, yes, Barbados, they have more runs, but they've lost 2 more wickets. When you compare them to Trinidad and Tobago, this phase now of the game is what Trinidad and Tobago did so well. They were able to score 65 runs from over 7 to over 15. Then they fell away at the back end. So can Barbados match that or better in this phase?
Well, Ramnath continues to bowl for Trinidad and Tobago, doing very well. Probably would see the opposite of that. Barbados have lost wickets up front. Trinidad had them in their bag and then fell away to the end of the innings. Barbados have fell away. Oh, there's another catch going up begging here. Things could have been disastrous for Barbados, but they have not fielded very well, the Trinidad and Tobago team. They have spilled another catch.
Yeah, Nijani Comerbat, she was intending to get it over the field, but just not enough elevation to get it over Alexander. Lucky for her in the end. This time she's bold, taking the off stump on that occasion, and Nijani Comerbat has to walk back. Showed some fight, but Ramnath has the last say.
An excellent delivery by Ramnath. A good comeback delivery, pitched just on the off stump, straightened. She went back to play and it crashed into the off stump. Barbados have lost wicket number 4. Brilliantly bowled by Ramnath, and Trinidad are having the time of their life here in the second game in this West Indies Women Tournament. Brilliant bowling here by the spinners.
Yeah, brilliant indeed. And I look at the score line, and I was sitting down and I was looking at the game when Trinidad and Tobago started to bowl. Anisa Mohammed, usually I'm accustomed to seeing them use Sugrim and Isaac, but obviously the left-handed batter, very important batter that in Kaisia Knight to Barbados winning this game. Kaishona Knight is at the non-striker, and the captain Anisa Mohammed, she came in to bowl, and you looked at the way Kaisia Knight played her with immeasurable control, wasn't trying to give it away to her. She knew the importance of not giving her wicket away to Anisa Mohammed at that point in time. Then the left-arm spinner came on to bowl, and she thought to herself, maybe this is my time to go at her. In the end, it brought about her demise because Sugrim is also very good to both left and right-handed batters. So that little passage of play there really set things up for Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, the introduction of Sugrim. Really, and then Ramnath. And it was started by the skipper. She did very well up front. So that pressure was started by her, and it continued with these 2 young spinners from Trinidad and Tobago. Ramnath and Sugrim, they have picked up 3 wickets between them, along with Mohammed. That's 4 wickets thus far. Spinners have really dominated in this, the first quarter of this game. Another good delivery by Ramnath. So after 7 overs, Barbados, in reply to Trinidad and Tobago, they are 34 for 4, looking for another 81 runs with 6 wickets in hand.
Yeah, 34 for 4. New batter, Alisa Scanterbury. And Kaishona Knight is still there. They're very calm at the other end. They need that sort of calmness, but they also need someone at the other end to partner her to get things going, keep the scoreboard ticking over, much like what Cooper and Vincent did in this phase of the game.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. So, changing bowling. And I think this, if you have to introduce somebody for the first time, I think this would be a very good period to bring them in, Stacey Han. So Ramnal will be bowling.
Yeah, they're going to pace now. Amrita Ramtahal. This one is driven through the covers. Doesn't have the legs to get to the boundary. They look for 2. And they get it quite easily in the end. I'm saying it was easy, but Scanterbury looked to have been struggling coming back at the non-striker's end. Had it been a better throw, a direct hit, could have well seen the back of her.
Well, it seems to be Seems to be having a hard time completing those 2 runs. But the pace ball have been introduced after the success of the spinners. Skipper Mohammed probably saying, I just want to see how she is, what's going on, early days in the tournament. Wide delivery down the leg side. Still probably trying to find their feet, Trinidad and Tobago. Not to show off their armory. Stacey Ann trying to get things sorted out before they get even further into that tournament. Game number 1. Good delivery. Full. A big boot comes out. Stops that. Restricts them to 1. Score moves up now to 38 for 4. Trinidad and Tobago definitely in control of this game. Barbados needs a partnership between these two. Knights and Canterbury. Mohammed just marshalling our troops. There's a backward point, cover point, short extra cover, mid off, third man. Square leg, mid wicket, and the mid on. Good slower delivery there, bold. No run. So as you see, she's squeezing Mohammed. She's not giving anything away at all. All her feelers are on the circle and preventing a single. Good delivery again. This one is tight. Oh, she's run out. Excellent feeling by the lady at mid-wicket. Kirby. She got it. Stumbled, but she got the ball into the bowler. And another wicket have gone through the run-out route. There was never a single on. And she's gone run out.
Yeah, Kirby, you want to say that she had the best day in the field so far. But she certainly made up with that one. It was a quick release from her. She got to it quickly, and she decided to release it quickly as well. And the bowler Ramtahal cleaning it up also. So a really good run out here for Trinidad and Tobago. And that compounded the woes for Barbados further, sinking deeper. 5th wicket going down in the 8th over. Alison Garden now coming out to join Kaishona Knight, who's standing there basically as a lone soldier, seeing the proceedings at the other end. Kirby seems to be down. They'll be hoping that she's okay. It's a good execution from her to effect that run out.
Yeah, she stumbled while picking up that delivery, but she got it out of her hands, which was important, and got it to the bowler at the bowler's end, and she whipped off the bails. She's still receiving some treatment there, but Barbados have slumped now into 38 for 5. Last wicket going through the run-out route. And that brings now Gordon to the crease. And Knight is still there on 7 from 9. Barbados need another 77 runs for victory. 12.2 overs remaining. But Trinidad has really had the better of times here between these two teams.
Yeah, certainly not out of it in terms of runs to balls proportion, Barbados. But it's the wicket column that will be a worry for them. 5 of their top 5 batters have gone, their top batters, have gone back into the shed very early in quick time. So Amrita Ramtahal, 2 more balls remaining in her over. Her first over, that is.
Eventful over thus far. This one is a fuller delivery. Squeezed out. $38 for 5. Ramtal outside the off. This one is cut. They are gone for 1. There should be 2 runs here. Good run in here between these two. 2 runs completed. The final delivery from Ramtal. So 40 now. 40 for 5. Barbados in reply to Trinidad and Tobago, 114 for 7 in the Barbados. Trinidad innings here. Vincent got 50 from 54, Cooper 42 from 41, and Swar 8 from 5. And the pick of the bowler was Elliott, 5 for 17. Gordon supported her with 1. And there you have it. Early days here in this inning so far, Barbados are struggling here at 40 for 5 and 8 overs have been completed.
So Ramnath to continue. She's picked up that wicket of Nijani Komabach in this innings. She's bowling well. She's mixing it up. She's bowling those leg spinners as well as those off spinners. Really good skill on display from the youngster, just 17 years old.
Yeah, extracting some bounce as well from the wicket is Ramnath. Really high action as well. Arms are pretty high. Slimly built. She has seen the skipper Mohammed. She bowls in her caps as well. And her cap as well. Mohammed's never bowled without her cap. Something she has done throughout the year. This is a good one outside the off stump. Again into the keeper's glove. But wide signal by the umpire. So she bowls a leg spin to the right-hander and the off spin to the left-hander. She's very gifted, very talented young lady she is. This one is just turned to the square leg area, and if it was picked up cleanly, could have been some more trouble for Barbados. But they got home safely for that single. The score goes up to 41 for 5.
Again, a bit of mix-up again. Communication lacking. Not sure if they're able to hear each other. There's no loud sound out here. But one batter was running down for the single. The other was on show. We've seen that already so far in this innings from the Barbados team. Don't want to lose another wicket here. 73 still required from 70 balls.
So she has her work. She knows what she's doing. She bowled around the wicket to the left-hander, over the wicket to the right-hander. Packed offside field as a sweeper. A long off now being implemented on a mid-wicket. Power play has ended. This one is flighted and driven back to her. Another dot delivery. Is in again outside the off stump, a quicker one really into the keeper's glove. Umpire signals that that's the 5th delivery in the over. Maria Abbott carrying proceedings. Another one. Cheeky single being taken. This is trouble. Oh, she misses. If she had hit the stump, she would have been run out by a mile. But she misses those 3 pieces of timber. And she's home safely. And that brings you over to an end 43 for 5. More drama.
Yeah, she would have been gone for sure. She had a lot of time, Kanisha Isaac. She did stop and take aim, but still missed those stumps. So Gordon survives. If you look at the scorecard, it's not a pretty reading if you're a Barbados fan.
So Ramnath has completed 3 overs. She has 1 for 6. Excellent bowling there for her. Gordon, she's at the crease. She has 1 from 2. And Knight's pretty important person in the whole equation. She has 10 from 15. This one is driven up to covers. Takes a quick single.
You see Mohammed deciding to bring in the fielders now. Strangle Alison Gordon. But they need to do more of this, Barbados. If they can't get the balls away to the boundary, they need to find a way to try and keep the scoreboard ticking over. So wherever they can perhaps drop and get a quick single, the communication needs to be spot on.
So this turn to mid-wicket. Could be trouble here again. It's direct.
There you go. That's what I've been talking about. They've acknowledged that perhaps if you get it to the left or right, or maybe someone like Kirby, who's not the fastest mover out there, then the single is on. That was good communication, and they get that single in the end. So that was good from Barbados. So they need to do more of that while they are in the middle. They can't face a number of dot deliveries and then tried to leave it too late. Because you're already facing a loss as it stands. It's not out of the reach in terms of the runs required, but you certainly need to find a way to keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Well, it would be a very big ask of these low order batters, inclusion of Knight, who is one of the top orders, which is a plus for Barbados. They are 45 for 5. They need these two to stay at the crease and bat as long as possible. Batter wasn't ready. Dead ball signal by the umpire. They need a partnership like the one between Cooper .
Yeah, that is what has been lacking so far in this Barbados innings. No two batters have been able to form any sort of partnership.
Oh, good delivery outside the off stump, beating her through bat and pad into the keeper's glove.
And I'll rephrase, any sort of partnership of note.
.45 for 5. Ramtal with the ball in it. This one is cut through back point. They are gone for 1. I think they will settle for that. Yes, they do. Keeper not picking up cleanly, but that doesn't deter them. 1 run as the Trinidadians scamper around the field. In high spirits they are. So Ramtal. This one is a good one. Slower delivery. Sitting in the inner portion of the bat. Squeezing out to that field at square leg. 45 for 5. 46 for 5. Ramtal. This is our second over. None for 9. Final delivery. Gordon is 2 from 4. And Knight is 12 from 18. Partnership of 8 from 13. Need much more than that. Brilliantly played by her. Lovely straight bat. We haven't seen much of that today, Stacey, huh?
Yes, really well played there by Gordon to end the 10th. They got 4 runs off that over though. Barbados women 47 for 5, and we'll have a drinks break.
Yes, we're back here at the Arnisvale Cricket Stadium after a well-needed drinks break, not only on the field, but here in the com box as well. We had a bit of refreshment, so I'm energized and I'm ready. Myself and my co-commentator here, Stacey. How are you doing?
Good afternoon, Kesrick. It's a wonderful day. Exciting cricket action here at the Arnisvale playing field. T20 Blaze women. Barbados up against it.
This time finding the edge behind point. Want to go to the boundary. Slipping there at the other end. It's Gordon, that is. Slipping at the other end is Gordon. Only a single. Barbados sort of lost their way after the first 4 overs or so. After Anissa picked up the first wicket and then Sugrim came in and picked up 2 wickets in that over. Sort of break the momentum for Barbados, and ever since then they haven't really capitalized on anything. Ramnat with ball in hand now. This is a 4th over. Just 7 runs, picked up 1 wicket. She's also the captain of the West Indies under 19 team. So the transition from under 19 to senior cricket, her first game with this sort of performance, didn't really trouble the score with the bat. But with the ball, she's a sight to see. This time beating the keeper saw. Anissa Mohammed doing chase. It wouldn't get to the boundary. It would get 2.
Yeah, this pair for Barbados, they're doing a job. They're not getting boundaries away, but they're doing a job in just keeping Barbados in the hunt, especially having Kaishona Knight at the other end. She's capable of hitting boundaries and such. Scanterbury, since she's come in, has been looking to try and keep the scoreboard ticking over. It's a good little period for Barbados. How deep can these two take it?
Just want to ask a question here, Stacey. What is the difference now with female cricket and what it was back then? Let's take it back to the time that you were playing for the Windward Island team. What's the difference now in terms of how you see the females have been scoring? What do you think that is needed in our female cricket to get us to the standard that we're seeing from the India team, the England team, the Black Caps? And also I would push that a little further, England and South Africa.
I think you should go England before the Black Caps, given their rankings and what they've done over the years. But it's something that I always speak about, and I think one thing for sure is needed is more cricket, more games, more playing time, more time in the middle to hone your skills and adapt the necessary awareness that is required. I mean, back home here, just looking at St. Vincent, we don't play a lot of cricket. We haven't played any sort of female cricket for the year or last year. So that tells you, in the domestic setup, it's already very difficult to get playing time. And then you're selected for a team, Windward Islands, for example, staying home. And then you have to go out there and give a performance that's top tier. It's very difficult to do because you're not playing a lot of cricket. So definitely more game time is required. And talking about the difference, I was just playing the other day, Kesrick. Not a lot of difference. You do have, as Amrita Ramtahal runs into ball, nicely walked onto the leg side there by Gordon, and they pick up 2 runs. So a good little period, as I mentioned, for Barbados. Not a lot of difference in terms of runs being scored and challenge being put up. What I will say, though, is that you always find 1 or 2 players on each team that will look a cut above the rest. For example, when I was still playing, yes, Haley Matthews, she's unable to make this tournament, of course, because she deserves to rest. She's played a lot of cricket across the globe. She was playing in my time. And when you saw her play, you mentioned that She looks to be one of the best batters in the world. So we were coming up against the likes of her. So you would get scores from Barbados like 300 in a 50-over game. At one point in time, I think they took us for 300 Windward Islands. So, yeah, the fielder seemed to be down there. She ran to field that ball, and in the pursuit of it, seemed to have injured herself. We'll get that name of that fielder for you. But Kesrick, this is probably your first time doing commentary on a female game, if I'm not. I think I'm correct in saying that. How has it been for you so far? What are the areas that you have pinpointed that needs a lot of work on?
For me, it's about running through the wickets. Still think that there's a lot of work needed there when it comes to female cricket and the running between the wickets. Also the field setting. You know, not a huge bit of work to be done with the field setting, but there's always, you know, room or areas of improvement that you could spot and see that the females can improve on. I think in terms of playing on the offside, because if you realize, if you set a whack and wheel out there on the field, most of the runs are being scored on the leg side. So it is something that I think that the coaches of all the teams can work on. You know, females being able to hit the ball through the offside. We looked at this morning, Leewards was batting, and as soon as the ball was bowled on top the line of the off stump or fourth stump, it was like there was no sort of intent to score. Anything that's on the line of the leg stump or on stump was not even hit straight. It was mostly predominantly hit on the leg side. So opening up that area so that they can hit the ball more on the offside is something that they can work on to get better at, and also being able to find the gaps to pick singles. Something I think that Campbell, I would like to pinpoint her. She did that pretty well this morning, find the gaps, but we would understand that because of her international, you know, pedigree that she has. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of work that we should do to get our cricket, you know, to the point where we see India is going, Australia is going, England, New Zealand, and those other countries. And you pointed out early, is the amount of cricket that has been played in the Caribbean. We think we need a lot more of that, and not just only with the females, with the male as well. Because when you look at the male version of cricket, you would look at India, Australia, England, and New Zealand. Those are the 4 teams in world cricket that's up there when it's come to, you know, playing consistent cricket. And it's the same thing for females. So I think it's something that we have to do, look into these countries and see their structure and see how they are developing their players, and take something from that, Stacey.
Yeah, I'll add to that shortly, Kesrick, because Ramtahal is about to continue. That fielder that was down, Janaba Joseph, she's back on her feet now. To the left of that fielder there, Alison Gordon. She's been playing that drive so well. She's been getting it to the left or to the right of the fielder and then setting off for a quick single. So really good from her so far. But what I'll say, Kesrick, logistically and financially, it might be more challenging for West Indies, you know, to get a number of games at a certain time and different points of the year. So perhaps a lot of attention needs to be paid to the domestic setup in individual territories to strengthen the skills of those players there, get their awareness and alertness heightened, and then when they come to the tournament, we might see that difference. So that's probably where it needs to be started. Swan is slammed to the leg side. Some first sign of intent from Barbados, and they pick up a boundary after a very long time. Kaishona Knight there on that occasion. She'll be key if Barbados is to overhaul this total.
Yeah, it was a good shot. Nicely timed as well. Hit behind square. No chance for the field out there on the deep mid-wicket boundary, or corner, I would say, in Brittany Cooper. She had no chance. So she has to stay there if they have any chance of winning. It really wasn't such a bad delivery from Ramtahal. This one wide outside off stump. Good work there by Kirby. So a dot to finish. The score is 59 for 5.
Yeah, 8 runs came from that over. Good over in the thick of things here for Barbados. It's been good from Alison Gordon so far, known for her bowling. But I'm impressed with the mindfulness that she's shown since she's come out to the middle. She hasn't looked to take on the bowlers in terms of hitting deliveries that you shouldn't be hitting for boundaries. What she's been doing well is being a partner to Kaishona Knight at the other end. And that is what some of the other batters that came before failed to do. Just be a partner to Kaishona Knight at the other end. Perhaps they would have been in a different position now, Barbados, but they do have a chance. Alison Gordon, she's playing well. There's a change of bowling. Of course, Trinidad and Tobago, they'll be looking to break this partnership. They've turned to Leon Kirby, and oh, that should have been taken. And Leon Kirby is upset with that drop catch. This is not good from Trinidad and Tobago. They had an opportunity to break the partnership. A slow delivery on the line of leg stump really should have been punished by Alison Gordon. Instead, she hit it straight to Isaac, who put down a very simple catch. Really should have been taken.
Kirby must be upset. It was her first delivery of this tournament. Easy catch presented there to Isaac. She spilled it. They need to take their catches. They need to win this game, Trinidad.
Similarly, line delivery to the one that was dropped on the first ball. This time she plays it flat to the right of Kanisha Isaac, who does well. We've seen a number of drop catches so far. 3 from Barbados that I can remember.
Oh, you better get out of the way, Gordon. Get out the way. Get out the way of Leon Kirby with a robust structure. Standing next to Leon Kirby there, Garner. Looks so small. She's a big unit, this Kirby. Again, trying to go across the line. Gordon. She just needs to come down on it, play it straight. And this is something that I find that coaches need to work on with these players. Anything on the line of middle stump, all these batters are looking to go across the line.
Gets this one in the gap. It'll just be 2 though. Didn't time it well enough. He wasn't struck with any sort of power to get to the boundary. And 2 runs to close out that over. What should have been a wicket taken over. It's 4 runs from it. Barbados women, they're 63 for 5. The skipper turns to herself, Anisa Mohammed. Has 2 more overs to bowl. Well, a pretty decent spell up front. Picked up the wicket of Asabi Calendar.
The skipper is with ball in hand again. Ball 2 overs for 6. Picked up 1 wicket. If there's a time that you need her to break a partnership, it would be now. Get deeper into the batting lineup of Barbados.
Yeah, you mentioned getting deep into the batting lineup. They're already pretty deep. This partnership looms as key. They'll want to get rid of one of these batters, particularly Kaishona Knight. This one is badly lined. It's helped to the onside. The fielder gives chase. Vincent, they're running for 2. Don't think they'll challenge the arm though. No, they just settle for 2 runs. It's not a good start from Mohammed in our comeback spell to the left-handed batter.
They would love if she can pick up a wicket now, especially on this over. Definitely something that Barbados don't want, but pretty sure that the Trinidad dugout would be very happy if they could get a wicket now. Good work from Anisha. Still diving around.
Yeah, certainly saved the single there, Anisa Mohammed.
With offer, another mistake again by Kirby. Giving away an easy single.
Yeah, despite them calling in the field when Gordon is on strike, she's still able to somehow find a single at times in the overs, as been bowled before. Play and a miss on that occasion.
This one cut just in front of point. Cooper, diving effort.
Yeah, she played that really well, Gordon. Just not able to find the gap. And they send back the field now. Is the last ball of the over. So they want her on strike. They don't want Kaishona Knight on strike for that to start the next over.
Well done from skipper Anisia. Good plans, good execution. A single to finish. The score moves on to 67 for 5.
Yeah, so it's in a position now where they need to find 2 boundaries soon or so just to break things down in terms of runs needed and the balls that's remaining. 48 now from 36, a difference of 12 balls. I always like to look at the difference between the balls. That tells you how many boundaries you need in between there to get it back in control as a batting team. There's an appeal. Gordon looking to play that one across the line. Stifled appeal from Trinidad and Tobago. But umpire Maria Abbott says not out. And right away that first delivery sees Kaishona Knight back on strike.
But it's smart cricket from Trinidad, looking to really starve Kaishona Nice, but she's finding the edge. It wouldn't run away to the boundary. Good work here from Isaac. This could be run out. And so picks the bails off. Another wicket here for Trinidad and Tobago. Miscommunication between Gordon and Knights. They are staring deeper into the barrel. Here is Barbados. Another wicket gone. The score is 68 for 6.
They've done a lot of things right in this partnership, especially with the running between the wicket. The one mistake between these two accounted for the wicket of Alison Gordon. She thought 2 was on. She was herring down to the non-striker's end. At the end, Kaishona Knight telling her, no, not to be. And just couldn't make it back. Just gonna make it back on time, Alison Gordon. So they've broken the partnership now, Trinidad and Tobago. That's what they wanted. Partnership of 30 from 39 balls. So a good fight, you must say, from Alison Gordon, who came out when they were in a lot of trouble Barbados and just sort of calm things down in the middle. The asking rate now is up to 8 runs and over. Kashona Knight still there. New batter is Shanika Bruce.
Well, they were searching for it. They could have had it a couple of overs ago. They had a drop catch. The same person in Isaac spilled a catch. Now she effected a run out.
Yeah, all of the fielders now in for Shanika Bruce. Want to keep her on strike. Don't want to get Kaishon on strike. And in the context of things, in terms of the bowlers utilized here today for Trinidad and Tobago, with Kirby coming onto the ball, I think Kaishona Knight should have been saying to herself, this should be my opportunity to take on one of the bowlers. It's a full toss. It's over. Oh, it's straight into the hands. I thought it was going over for a second. Judged it well, Alexander. And Kirby, at long last, gets her wicket.
Well, it's a big, big wicket. A slower dipping delivery from Kirby. Only could have found the person there at mid-on, sorry. It's Alexander. Good catch from her. For 1 minute there, I was thinking it would have gone over. But this is looking good for Trinidad, not so well for Barbados.
Yeah, the experience and show from the skipper, Anisa Mohammed, saying to her fielders, everyone get in. Bruce will have to get it over the infield. In the end, perishing, trying to do that. But there you go. That's what I've been saying. Knight is unable to get on strike in this over. That was a slow dip in delivery, but it was a full toss. Bruce doesn't have enough power to maximize, and she's still off strike. Kaishona Knight. New batter. Keelia Elliott picked up 5 wickets for her team. Can she do it with the bat? Two more balls remaining in this over. Slow delivery. Full. Now you see Anisa Mohammed, the game within the game, keeping Kaishona Knight off strike. She's sending back our fielders, sending back our 4 fielders. And the single comes. So Elliott is on strike to start the 15th.
Smart here from the Trinidad and Tobago team. Good work from the skipper. I'm expecting that she would start this next over. See the Anisa Mohammed to bowl. I'm thinking of Sugrim, the left arm spinner. Definitely waiting for the back end of the game. She has one more. It's Anisa Mohammed, who is a skipper. So Sugrim is with ball in hand. Steffi Sugrim picked up 2 wickets earlier.
Yeah, and if you break down the game phase by phase and compare both teams, Trinidad and Tobago, they have won the first 2 phases in each innings. Sugrim to bowl. So Trinidad and Tobago, they were 26 for 1 in the power play. The next over 7 to 15, they scored 65 for losing no wickets. Barbados on the other end, they have lost a number of wickets as well. They are approaching the 15th over. Trinidad and Tobago, though, lost their way. They lost 5 wickets in that last 5 and only managed to score 23. So can Barbados somehow manage to do better than them in that last phase of the game? That is what will be required. They need 48 runs, though, from 35 balls.
Really good, really good. I'm like what I'm seeing from the keeper in Saw. She's very instrumental in terms of the field placing, making sure that the fielders are in the right position. She's in the game, and I like that about her.
Yeah, you saw that as well when Kaishona Knight was keeping for Barbados. Yes, she's experienced, but you know what they say, the keeper, they have the best view of the field, so they can get the angles right. So good to see Sao, very young, but as you mentioned, quite aware of the angles and getting them right for her team.
The keepers have the best view, really, Stacey? I think I do have the best view, me and you.
We're not on the field.
Well, we're looking at the field.
Yeah, but on
So
the
we
field,
have the best view, I would say.
Yeah, but on the field of play, the keepers, they're there at the stump every time. They don't have to be moving around. So they know it all in terms of the angles.
Finding the edge is Elliott. Not going to get to the boundary. They only picked up 2. So a really good over, I would say.
Yeah, narrowly missing the stumps as well on that occasion. Elliott, an inside edge.
Anisa
Saves
Mohammed really moving across the field. Now they're asking to spread the field here. Brittany Cooper just easing out the circle for a bit. Also Isaac and Alexander. This one going across the line here. Finding the edge. They could get 2 here.
And they had to get 2. They had to get 2. Because I'm thinking, Anisa Mohammed has been doing this for the last 3 or so overs, spreading the field on the last ball, and Barbados, they've been taking the single. And Kaishona Knight, the premier batter, is left-handed at the non-striker's end. So they had to get 2 runs to get her on strike for that next over. At Kirby is going to bowl that over. How much can she get from this over? 46 runs needed from 32 balls, 7 wickets down. The scene is set here for Kaishona Knight to try and do something heroic for Barbados.
Trying to go down the ground is Knights. Move nothing but air. The field is spread. Field is spread because she wants her to get off strike. They want her to get that singler. Put Elliott on strike. Bowl most of the deliveries to Elliott. Kaishona going over cover. Wouldn't get to the boundary. Just a single. Good work there from Brittany Cooper. She has been there all game on the boundary. They would really need to finish this game well, Trinidad. Yeah, death overs has to be on point. Speaking of death overs, I know a guy who can bowl a few of those death overs. Kenoi Martin, welcome back into the come box.
Specialty time. It's that time of the game. Brilliant throw there from Anisa at cover. Keeps the impact. Keep things very interested here. Keswick, 76 for 7.
I must say I'm very impressed with Anisia and how she has been moving around the field. As the skipper, the senior person on the team as well, herself and Kirby and Brittany Cooper, they have been playing for Trinidad for a long time. And the fact that she's a captain and she's moving around the way that she is, this is really good from her. Trying to go through mid-wicket. Just a single. So really good here from Kirby. This is a third over. Just 10 runs given. Picked up 1 wicket. Could have been 2. If not for that drop catch at square leg from Isaac. But really delivering a good spell here for her team. A full leg delivery. Scraping to the bat. And part of Elliott picking up another wicket. The experience of Kirby is showing here today in the death overs. Barbados losing another wicket.
Yeah, full delivery. You miss, I hit. That was the ball that was bowled by Kirby. She went for the shot, missed it completely. The ball took the off stump. The bails fell off, and the wicket number 7 has gone for Barbados. They are now 77 for 7, with Knight still at the crease, really, for 8. Knight, so a ding-dong battle here between these two. They need another 38 runs from just about 20 deliveries, Keswick. But things have swung left and right. They had good partnerships in the middle. Now things are tailing back towards the Trinidadians.
The game is in the hands of the Trinidad and Tobago team. Kirby really bowling a good spell here. Just 3 overs left. I wouldn't be surprised if Anisa Mohammed comes to bowl the next over.
I agree with that. You need to shut things out, really. And she's key. And that would be the 17th over, a very important over in T20 cricket.
She must be fit because she has just moved from sweep to deep mid-wicket is Anisa Mohammed. She's going from right to left of the field. She's running the farthest ends on the field. So this is good from the skipper, making sure she set her field and then go to her field, and she has to run to get there. So this is good. Connell gets it down the ground. A big unit is Connell. She can strike a ball. But it's the end of the over. A single to finish that over for Kirby. Brings Connell on strike, exactly what they need. The new batter on strike. Thinking that you would see Sugrim continuing. She haven't bowled a bad couple of overs, so she has been bowling well. She picked up a couple of wickets as well, so they have bowled pretty well. Anisa Mohammed again running from mid-wicket to mid-wicket. This is the deeper end of the field, so this is good from her. She's surely gonna go sleep earlier today.
Let's hope she would. That's important.
So Sugrim, 3 overs, 15 runs, 2 wickets. Isaac Alexander, Ramnath, and skipper Anisa Mohammed on the boundary. Bowled, a flighted delivery, a send-off from Sugrim. It's like she just say, I bowled you, you can go. The Trinidad and Tobago team is well in control of this game. Anisa Mohammed running in with her troops. Another wicket is down. Barbados, I think the curtains are going down.
Yeah, I think that puts a nail in the coffin there. That final delivery, the first delivery from Sugrim really flighted. She missed it completely. As you said, she's a big unit. She could strike the ball. And that one racketed into a leg stump. So good result there for the change in bowling here by skipper Anisa. And Trinidad and Tobago really in control. 78 for 9. Just one more wicket to go. And the senior batter is still on 24 not out at the other end, looking at proceedings. Nice.
You can't have your senior batter starving her out. I don't want to talk too much about VPL, but it brings me back to a case. Strikers was playing, and the batter opened the batting, and at the end of the game, he only bat about 18 balls, and he scored about 38 runs. You want to have your batter that's in to be on strike for most of these deliveries. In comes Mears. A line outside the line of the foot. Stump is Sugrim. Just one wicket to seal the deal here for Trinidad and Tobago. This would be their first win. Another delivery on the line of the stump, punch down the ground, straight back to Sugrim. You could see the smiles, even from the come box here, Martin, on the Trinidadian's face. Thought it was bold. I wonder what it missed. Missed everything. Mayer's trying to go across the line to a delivery that was on the line of the middle stump. Just going over. Go deep with that
Trouble,
one.
trouble.
This could be trouble. Is it?
Trouble.
Umpire Abbott. She put up that jetted finger, and that's it. That's it for Barbados. Trinidad and Tobago pull off the second victory here in the tournament. Their first victory, first game for them. Really well done. Good captaincy from Anisa Mohammed. You can see the experience and how she marshaled her troops. Stacey said it. The last 3 overs or so, what she did was exceptional captaincy. And I think it's well done from Trinidad and Tobago. Well played by them. Well played by Vincent scoring a half century. And good supported knock from Brittany Cooper. Well done to the Trinidad and Tobago teams. Martin.
Yeah, excellent cricket by Trinidad and Tobago. I'd say well led by the skipper. Well thought out as well. And really, they deserve the victory. Outplayed Barbados in all aspects of the game. They bowled well, they fielded well. They dropped a few chances. But all in all, they kept things together. And they are now victorious in their first game. Bowling out Barbados for 78. And really putting a total of 114. Did an exceptional job. Well done to Mohammed and her team. First victory in the Women's T20 Blaze tournament held in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Second game in the first day, Barbados versus Trinidad and Tobago. Barbados victorious by 37 runs. Really, and an excellent game by them. And we want to invite you to join us here again at 7, where Windwards versus Jamaica under the lights for the third game of the West Indies T20 Women's Tournament Blaze here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We'll take a break and see you at 7 p.m. this evening.